When it comes to keeping your floors and your tile clean, let's face it, there are so many options available and many people find themselves with a tough decision. Should I get a robotic vacuum or should I get a cordless? Both are tech forward, both definitely make your life easier and home cleaner, but purchasing both can get a little pricey. So in this video, I'm gonna help you answer that question. Which is best for you? Now, this video was made possible by Dreametech, and so to demonstrate the pros and the cons of a robotic vacuum versus a cordless vacuum, I will be featuring the Dreametech T20 cordless stick and also the Dreametech D9 robotic vacuum and mop cleaner. Both given to our channel, but every opinion offered in this video is my own opinion, and we only review products that we would recommend to our own friends and family. So I'm really excited to talk about these two vacuums. But first, welcome to Clean Freak and Germaphobe. My name is Diana. I am the Germaphobe, and on this video, we love to talk about cleaning, organizing, disinfecting, and of course, product reviews. So before we get started, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you will be notified of our future videos. So the first thing I'm gonna do is talk about the Dreamy D9, and then I'm gonna talk about the pros and the cons of a robotic vacuum. Then I'm gonna talk about the Dreamy T20 cordless vacuum, and then the pros and cons of a cordless vacuum. And then stick to the end, because if you're still on the fence about which is best for you, I have a few questions that you can ask yourself that can really help you determine which one you need to get. So this is the Dreametech D9 robotic vacuum. Like most robotic vacuums, this will vacuum your hard floors and your carpets automatically. However, there are a few pretty impressive features that sets this one apart. This one has a powerful 3000 PA, which is not as powerful as most upright vacuums. In the realm of robotic vacuums, that is quite powerful. You can have some models that have only like 1500 or 2000 PA, but 3000 PA is great, especially if you plan on using this on a more thick carpet, or if you have a lot of pet hair, or in my case, toddlers who leave a lot of crumbs and messes around. This is a 2-in-1 robotic vacuum cleaner, so you get vacuuming and mopping all in one robotic vacuum. It also has an LDS laser navigational, and it's suitable to clean pet hair and more. So let's take a look at the unit itself. On the top, you have a spot clean, a power on, and a home to charge button. This is the LiDAR mapping system here, and when you turn it on, you will see that it spins around and maps your home. If you lift this up here, you'll find the dust bin. It's at, which is at about 570 mLs. Here's the filter. You can easily remove it and clean it. And it also has a little mesh in front of it, which keeps larger particles from getting in there. And that makes it a little easier to clean. It also has a rubber seal around, which helps to keep fine dust from getting out of the dustbin. I really love that you can lift it straight up. You don't have to reach your hand under the vacuum like you have to with some models to empty the dustbin. It has a front sensor and also bumper sensors to help navigate around obstacles, and a side sensor to help it stay nice and close to the walls when it's cleaning your edges. Here are the wheels, which has pretty good tread, and now here you will see this spot right here is for the mop feature. So let's talk about that. Here is the mop. And the mop is just a microfiber cloth. You don't have anything rotating or you don't have any scrubbing action here. So this isn't going to do an amazing job of cleaning a heavily soiled floor. But if your floor is tidy and you just need a little bit of extra cleaning power, the mop will do just that. It has an interactive app that you can customize your robot to go to different zones. It will notify you if your robot gets stuck, which mine hasn't done yet. And you can also use your app to set it from your phone while you're out of the house if you'd like it to clean your home, and it also has virtual walls that you can set up directly from your app. Let's talk about the pros. This is a relatively hands-off machine, but you do have to empty the garbage bin on a regular basis, and you can't see when the garbage bin gets full. So the best thing to do is just empty it out after every cleaning. Another con could be the price. Robotic vacuums generally are a little bit more expensive than upright vacuums when it comes to comparability. In other words, a base model inexpensive upright vacuum is generally going to be less expensive than a base model inexpensive robotic vacuum. Now, the Dreametech is definitely not base model cheap robot vacuum, but it still has a relatively affordable price of $299, which is a great price compared to other robotic vacuums with similar capabilities. Another con could be that robotic vacuums do take a little bit of prep work. In other words, you really don't want to just set it to run with a ton of clutter in a room, especially, heaven forbid, you have a pet that left an unwanted little brown surprise on your floor. There are horror stories of robot vacuums dragging that little brown mess all over the entire carpet. And as you can imagine, that would be a nightmare. Now with the LiDAR technology that Dreametech has to offer, this should not happen, but all the same, if it were me, I like to tidy the floors before I set it loose. Also, it could get stuck on lower profile things that you don't want to be vacuumed up, like socks or cords or papers. So you actually do need to make sure your floor is tidy before you turn it on. As I mentioned earlier, you do need to make sure to empty the dust tank daily, and you do need to change the filter occasionally. You might also need to clean off the sensors to make sure that they're working properly. Also, these can get jammed. Now, I've not seen this happen with mine yet, but robotic vacuums in general can get wedged under couches or counters. So if this is a concern for you, you might want to put up a barrier in front of them to keep that from happening. Finally, in general, robot vacuums don't have quite as much power as an upright vacuum. So while they're amazing for daily cleaning and keeping the crumbs and debris off your floors, it's good to still have a stronger suction vacuum cleaner around for an occasional deeper clean. Let's jump in now and talk about the Dreametech T20. Now this is a cordless vacuum cleaner with a battery life of up to 70 minutes, depending on attachments you use and which settings you're using. Now this is a cordless vacuum. Here are all the pieces, and you have three main parts that make up the main vacuum. You have the main body of the vacuum, the bottom part of the vacuum, and then here is the top or the handle of the vacuum. Here's the cyclone separation that you can see. It has an HD screen which can show you what mode you're in and how much battery life you have. You also have the trigger, and this is where you plug it in to charge the vacuum. It comes with several accessories. You have an upholstery cleaner, a crevice tool, a bendable hose extension, and a dusting attachment as well. So let's see this thing in action. It comes disassembled, but you can see how easy it is to attach the top and the bottom of the vacuum to the body. You see two pins here that you just line up, and then it will click into place. To take it apart, you just press the release button and it will pull apart very easily. The same goes for if you want to attach any of the attachments. Here you just line them up and click it in. It's so easy. My kids can do it without any problem. And I just want to point out that you can attach the accessories either to the head of the vacuum itself, or you can use the body of the vacuum to act as an extension to be able to get to harder to reach places. So on the screen, you can see that you have three settings. You can either have it on Eco, which is the lowest suction but has the longest battery life. You can put it on Turbo with the maximum suction but the lowest battery life, or you can have it on auto, where the vacuum is sort of in between the two settings, but it will automatically increase its suction when it detects carpet. So let me just demonstrate that here. So let's go over the general pros and cons of a cordless vacuum. First, the cons. And we'll start with the obvious. You actually have to operate it. This will not vacuum the house by itself. It will need you to push it. And when you aren't vacuuming your house isn't getting vacuumed. It's also bigger and bulkier than a robotic vacuum. The pros though, it does more than just floors. You can vacuum your cars, car seats, couches, and you can get up to high places like to get spider webs or things like that. You can also vacuum certain parts of an area quicker than a robotic vacuum. So if you aren't in a hurry, you can just let a robotic vacuum casually do its thing, and it can clean an average size room in around 15 minutes. But if like you have guests coming and you need to vacuum your front room pronto, you can get the job done much faster with a cordless vacuum. So if you still aren't sure which is the best for you, I have a few questions to ask yourself to help you to know. Do you already have a traditional vacuum cleaner? If the answer is yes, then having a second vacuum for the hands-free convenience could be great, because you still have a traditional vacuum to cover the areas that the robotic vacuum cannot. The robotic vacuum is so convenient to keep your home cleaner on a day-to-day basis with very little effort on your part. However, if the answer is no, you don't have a traditional vacuum, then it's important to think about the next two questions. Number one, do you have stairs? If you do have stairs and you don't have any other way to vacuum it, then you might consider going with a cordless vacuum. The robotic vacuum will have a really difficult time vacuuming the stairs. I would not recommend it. The second question is, Do you have other things in your home that you need to have vacuumed besides just the floor, like upholstery, curtains, blinds, maybe the inside of your car? A robotic vacuum can't get into any of those places, but the cordless vacuum easily can, and they do a great job using the attachments. The last question I have for you is, do you have a large budget? If cost is no issue at all, go ahead and buy both. Both have their strengths, and together you'll be able to keep your home so much cleaner. So I hope that this answers your question as to which vacuum is right for you. They're both terrific machines, and for the price, you really are getting a bang for your buck. Now, if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and also remember to subscribe to Clean Freaking Germaphobe. We have a ton of fun, we offer tons of good information, and we don't want you to miss any more videos, so be sure to hit the notification bell. If you really like the idea of hands-free cleaning, like with the robotic vacuum, I have a great video all about the lazy person's way to keeping a clean home. It has a ton of good tips to help you keep your home clean with as little effort as possible. I'm going to leave a link to that video right here. Click on that video and I will see you over there.